So I'm asking the question, is this a new golden age for Gibson? QC, I'm going to find out what their QC is like in 2025. They've just started to maybe listen to the feedback that they were getting. I've noticed a massive improvement. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. This is the first time I've ever said that about a Gibson. There's nothing wrong with it. Maybe now is the time to buy that Les Paul. Or you could have a go at winning this one. Yes, it's our latest raffle competition prize. Guitaristas is proudly supported by Gear for Music. Hello, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Guitaristas. So this week we're going to have a look at my latest Les Paul Standard. This one here, it's another Les Paul Standard 50s. This is I think this is the third one I've had in 4 years. Different colour though. The others were Cherry Sunburst. This, they call this colour 60s Cherry, although it's a Les Paul Standard 50s. But it's part of the custom colour series that they did. They actually, I think they were released about 18 months ago. But I bought this just recently, a month ago, wasn't it? A month or so ago. On a special deal. Big clear out. £2,000 I paid for it. So actually, it's the cheapest Les Paul I've ever bought. And the great thing is about these, if you're after a Les Paul, loads of different colours, even the standard colours, the sunburst ones, the whatever they are, they're all good prices at the moment. Right now, 2025, it's now May 2025, the really good time to buy a Gibson Les Paul if you fancy one, because the prices are, I'm not going to say rock bottom, but I doubt if they'll go any lower for new ones. 1,999 British pounds I paid for it. So yeah, it's quite a bit below retail. Having said that, you could own this actual guitar for a lot less. Yeah, I've decided I'm offering this as our latest raffle competition prize. Now live, details coming up at the end, okay? All right, if you skip now, come back, all right? Because I'm going to review it. And you'll find out all about what you might win. Yeah, deep dive review of this now. Let's find out what Gibson Les Paul Standard QC. I'm going to find out what their QC is like in 2025. And what it sounds like. And all that malarkey, just core. So, yeah, there you go. Timestamps are all in the description box. If you want to skip forward to find out about the competition or anything else, or if you're just bored with me banging on already. However, if you've got a little bit of time on your hands, yeah, go and put the kettle on. Make yourself a nice cup of tea. Get some nibbles, some biscuits or something, or a chocolate, or a sandwich, or whatever. I don't know what time of the day it is wherever you are in the world. I have people watching me for some reason while they're eating their breakfast. Bizarre. Anyway, go and do whatever you want. Just come back and let's review this bloody guitar. Yeah, let's do it. So Les Paul Standard 50s is this one. So it's a Les Paul Standard, but it's a non-standard colour. As I said, this is part of the custom colour series that they did. I think they launched them about 18 months ago. And this is one of several. I didn't make notes on all the colours, but there was Pelham Blue, there was a green one, there was there's an Oxblood one. I can't remember, honestly. Sorry, I should have made some notes. But check out the film I made when I bought this. Links in the description box. About the massive sell-off for this. Now, liked this, and I'm really pleased I bought this. And I didn't realise when I did buy it that this is a ringer for Lucy, isn't it? George Harrison's Lucy guitar, which was famously, it was originally owned by Rick Derringer and another bloke, I can't remember. And then Eric Clapton, who gifted it to George Harrison, and then famously went into a Beatles session for My Guitar Gently Weeps and played the solo on, I'm getting this right around, yeah. Sorry, I had a senior moment then because my brain started thinking about George Harrison playing the slide solo on Alvin Lee's Blue is Blues. No, Eric Clapton played the solo on the Beatles' While My Guitar Gently Weeps on this guitar. Or not this guitar, he played it on George Harrison's Lucy guitar, which he'd given him. Yeah? And this looks a lot like it. If you look at that, I'll put that picture up again. It's not got as nice a top as this, because that was originally, I think it was a 1957 gold top, and it got beaten up. So they sent it back to Gibson, took the top off, and Gibson painted it in this lovely cherry colour. So I fucking love the look of this guitar, I really do. It's got a really nice figuring. The maple, it's a maple cap. Let's get into some specs. It's a maple cap, it's a Les Paul, a proper maple cap. There's no veneer on this, okay? It's a proper maple cap, and that figurine is real. And it's really nice. And actually, I noticed yesterday, there's a little bit of figuring on the neck as well, which is really cool. It's mahogany, obviously, and it's got this nice colour. Cherry all over, isn't it? And it's a two-piece mahogany body, obviously, with the maple cap, mahogany neck. All the nice binding all the way around it. Looks nice as well. Good, you know, good colour. And right, before we start talking about QC, let's just weigh it, shall we? I specifically picked out a light one, as usual. And it's £8 11 ounces, which is 3.94 kilos. And what I've noticed recently is that the overall weights of Les Pauls seems to have come down a little bit. I know a couple of years ago when I was looking for my last one, I had to try quite hard to get one under £9. There were, you know, a lot of them were 9.5, getting on for £10, which, you know, I prefer lightweight Les Pauls. I just think they can sound better. Yeah, better. I think they've got a little bit more brightness to them that can be lost in £10 odd Les Pauls. It can be, not always, but it can be. So I don't know, they've just started to maybe listen to the feedback that they were getting from people, you know, about the weights and stuff. Maybe, I don't know. The other thing is the QC, as I just said. I didn't want to get into it too much then because I knew that I was going to get into it now. I've noticed a massive improvement in the QC on this compared to any previous Les Paul standard I've had. There have always been obvious issues, you know, with the binding knot. It's just, you know, tardiness and tooling marks, too obvious tooling marks. You know, that you can see tooling marks because obviously they manually file down the binding because they have these fret nibs on Gibsons, don't they? So you can see, you know, the tooling marks, but it's tidy. It's tidy on this one anyway. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed. And the nut seems to be nicely fitted. And they certainly seem to have fixed whatever problems they used to have historically. I always used to complain about Gibson nuts because they were never cut properly. They fixed all that. They fixed all that, you know, a few years ago, I think. And I personally haven't noticed any tuning issues with Gibson Les Pauls that I've had of late. So that's good. You know, I think they've made improvements, and the overall finish of this, it looks great. It really does. So this one is the Les Paul Standard 50, so it's got the 50s spec neck. Let's have a look at the profile and measurements on the screen now. Okay, here's the neck profile and measurements at the 1st fret. And here's the neck profile and measurements at the 12th fret. There you go, nice handful, not overly chunky, just it feels right. So it's definitely not a baseball bat, but more than a slim taper. Yeah, lovely rosewood fingerboard, take a look at that. Medium jumbo frets. Let's get the strings off and have a closer look. Oh, beautiful, lightweight aluminium tailpiece. Gibson ABR1 style bridge. Tuners are these a Gibson Deluxe style. You know, they're a kind of a larger version of the Cluson Deluxe. I am not. I mean, these are great tuners. They work fine, but I don't like the look of them. I prefer the look of the smaller, more subtle ones that they put on the custom shop Gibsons and Epiphones. The Epiphone Deluxes are just more attractive. They look cheap. I think they look cheap, and they have the you know, the nuts holding them in as well, which is, again, I prefer the pressing bushing style. Apart from that, the buttons are the right colour. They look nice, and as I've said, you know, there's no issue at all with the fretwork or anything. I think these are all plecked Gibsons, aren't they? So all good there. It's all really nice and tidy. I've got to say, I'm really impressed with the QC on this guitar. Is just great. And I've managed to avoid marking it so far. But, I've learnt my lesson. You know, if you put these on a guitar stand, you need to make sure that you protect the guitar by putting some cloths or something on there, or it will mark the nitro. We haven't mentioned the smell yet, have we? The smell, beautiful. There's something very special, for me anyway, maybe not you. I find there's something very special about owning a Gibson, any Gibson for a while. There's just a feeling that comes with it. And I definitely buy guitars with my eyes. And I love this one. I love the look of it. Why am I not keeping it? Well, because I can't, can I? I can't keep all these guitars. This costs £2,000. I mean, you know, I wish I had £2,000 to spare on, I'll keep that, I'll just keep that. Running this channel has decimated my guitar collection. Obviously I'm getting support from various areas now, pays the bills. It doesn't currently allow for treats like £2,000 guitars to stay with me at the moment. So we'll keep the circle of guitars going. The thing is, I get to enjoy them for a while, don't I? Which is more than a lot of you do. So I'm very, very grateful. I don't think I'm not grateful to have had the experience of owning this for a little while. And as I've said before, there's no point just having it on the wall, is there, if I'm not playing it? And I don't get time to play all my guitars. So, no, I should appreciate, you know, how lucky I am. And I do really. Appreciate how lucky I am. Enjoy this for a while and share it with someone. And I hope it's you. If you want to punt, £5 a ticket. Oh, I'll tell you about that later. Right, okay. Let's move on let's take some pickup readings. Right, so we've got a burst bucker 1 in the neck and a burst bucker 2 in the bridge. And as you can see, the bridge reading 7.89 kilo ohms. And the inductance of that is, oh, it hasn't got any inductance. It has, I had it on the wrong setting. It's 4.42 Henrys. Going to the neck, 7.41 kilo ohms. And the inductance is 3.91 Henrys. Middle, just for the sake of it, 3.82K. So yeah, nice, nice low, you know, lowish readings. I'm looking forward to seeing what they sound like. Right, let's have a look under here. All good, plenty of cable. So as you should be able to see, you don't get a long neck tenon with a Les Paul Standard 50s at all. And you can see very clearly the maple cap. There you go, you can see that on that shot there, can't you? There you go. SC 60s cherry. And there you go. BB1. Oh, it's 23. This was, well, the pickup was made. I think actually it's a 23 serial number on this. I bought it in 25, so yeah, it was a clear out. So okay, so they've been been making decent guitars for a while then. Put that, oh, nearly put that round the wrong way. Here we go. Same there, we've got, what's that say? LPS 50s, is it? Could be. But anyway, looks nice and tidy. Yeah, we've seen a lot worse, haven't we, on Gibsons? And there you go. Same this pickup, BB2, 18th of the 10th, 23. So it's a late 23. In the control cavity, there we go. Gibson pots, orange drop capacitors. And braided wire on the pickups. All looks nice and neat and tidy, doesn't it? There you go. Let's put a new set of strings on it and plug it in, see what it sounds like. Sorry, I nearly forgot the famous Gibson bell end truss rod cover. There you go. And the bell end type truss rod, which is one of the things that sets it apart from a lot of other, certainly all the import guitars have the hex style, don't they? Yeah, they got a big knob on the Gibsons. There you go. Right. Here we are, new set of Ernie Ball regular slinkers. Now, what I've done today is I've top wrapped, and I've used the Joe Bonamassa method, which is utilising, it's a good word, isn't it? Utilising the ball ends from the strings that I took off earlier. So, look, I'll do a close-up of that and drop it in case you can't actually see. It looks like the ends of the ball ends are hanging out, doesn't it? It looks like my ball ends are hanging out. What it is you thread the new string through the ball end of the old string. So it gives it an extra bit of purchase, a bit more length. Oh, I don't like where this is going. You know what I mean? I don't know, it just gives it a little, well, obviously it gives it a little bit more length because the old ball end is now in the hole, and that's the actual end of the string. and extra slinkiness, according to Joe. So I've done that. First time I've ever done that. I mean, I've done top wraps before, but normally I just push them straight through, you know, the opposite way to normal. But this time I thought, oh, let's try the Jobo method and see if it's extra slinky. Whether or not there's any truth in that, who knows? But let's play the damn thing and find out. So, same rig as always. I've got the same pedals on the board today. I've still got the Warm Audio Centavo clone on the board because I'm quite liking that. I've still got the ODR1 on the board. I'm going to use them today because what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get that sound that, you know, they get, you know, the players when they demonstrate guitars, that kind of that sort of, what am I trying to do? Look, what I'm saying is I think that the Princeton's too clean. The Princeton's great as a benchmark for everything we play here. But what I think I've discovered with Les Pauls is it's maybe not the best amp for Les Pauls. I'll show you what I mean. This is it clean. So just dialed off the pickups a little bit as well. Bridge. See what I mean? You know, it's all right, but it's a little bit anemic. So, I mean, not that is dialed off. I mean, more like it. Still got that kind of brightness that's. I've got the tones rolled back a little bit as well. I mean, it sounds all right, doesn't it? But if you use the you know, the pedals, gives it the extra compression that you're looking for. Nice, isn't it? And then if you add a bit more drive, what I'm aiming for here is that kind of violin sound that you hear when they. Have you ever watched Songbirds Foundation channel? Watch it. You get great players going in there demonstrating fabulous vintage guitars through a 1977 Dumble. And I like to think it sounds a bit like this. I mean, obviously it doesn't sound quite like that when the good players play it, but that's my inspiration today. So let's muck around and play something and see what we end up with. It sounds right, doesn't it? Even without any pedals. Let's do a bit of Clapton-esque in honour of Lucy. See if I can get the groove right for this. think I've finally got the hang of Les Pauls in that you kind of need to muck around with the tones and volumes a bit to get the range of sounds that they're capable of, really. It's taken me a while, but I think I'm getting the hang of them. I've always been a, on 10 person, all up to 10 and then just play, which, sounds all right, but, if you just roll it off a bit as well. Let's go and have a chat. There you go. I don't think I quite nailed the Dumble sound, but we had a go. It sounded all right, didn't it? Do you know what? I think that this is one of the first times I've enjoyed playing a Les Paul, a Gibson Les Paul. Anyway, normally there's something that I'm not happy about, isn't there? Yeah, something niggly. Not this time. I think this is probably the best Gibson Les Paul. It's a sweeping statement. Is this the best Gibson Les Paul I've ever owned? Maybe best Les Paul standard. Best Gibson Les Paul standard. And actually, this is the fourth Gibson Les Paul standard I've ever owned. The first one was a gold top, which I bought in 2007. And that was really heavy. It was good. It was a 10 pounder that, and it sounded shit. It really did. The pickups, it was like dead. I ended up changing the pickups in that, and then just getting rid of it. As it was nice to look at, but that was about it. So that wasn't a good time. Wasn't a good time for Gibson, as far as I could tell. And then I bought a Les Paul Standard 50s in the life cycle of this channel. So it was probably early on. It was probably in 2021, 2020 probably. And it was all right. It was all right. It was on the heavier side. I don't remember. I should have looked back really. Because one of you owns that now. So I'm not dissing the guitar, it's fine. It is a lovely guitar, but it had QC issues, didn't it? In fact, if you remember, I can't remember who bought that now, but it had, it had stand rash on the back and it had a ding in the bottom. Because it wasn't, I don't think it was finished properly, really. The paint was still wet when I got it. The QC was questionable. So, yeah, that went. And then the last one, Les Paul Standard 50s, was only about 18 months ago, I think. It was, I don't think it was a Les Paul Standard 50s. It is a nice guitar. It is a lovely guitar. I wasn't massively keen on the colour, which we called Clown Burst. And yeah, it was proper lightweight, and it had an asymmetrical neck. And the buyer, in fact, I spoke to recently, took it to a luthier. Loves the guitar. It's exactly what he wanted. It turned out it was chambered. So we know what that's all about. That got into a batch of Les Paul Standard 50s and was sold to me as such. Nice guitar, but yeah, wasn't what I wanted. This one, I got no complaints. I really have got no complaints. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. This is the first time I've ever said that about a Gibson. There's nothing wrong with it. I love the colour. I like the sound. Even in my hands, it sounded all right. The pickups were nice and bright and open. All of the controls worked. There are no QC issues that I can see whatsoever. So I'm asking the question, is this a new golden age for Gibson? Have they finally got their shit together and all the things that annoyed us over the years at this point in time, they've really got it together. You know, they've got the right weight woods. They're paying attention to the QC in the factory. They stay in tune. The components all work. It could be. I think this might be one of those, you know, you see on the interweb, don't you? People say, "Oh, well, that was a good year, a good wood year." The Gibsons, that was a good year. Well, I think that, yeah, I can look back now with my experience. I'm going, 2007, that wasn't a good year. That wasn't a good era, as far as I'm concerned. This one, you know, to be fair, as I said, it's actually a 23 model, late 23. This was actually coming out of the factory. I think there was October dates on the pickups, weren't they? So maybe came out in 24. But yeah, I mean, if they're all like this, maybe now's the time to buy one. Maybe now's the time. This, of course, custom colour series, and at the moment in the UK, I think partly because a couple of big music retailers went under and some of their stock was hoovered up, there are some fabulous deals to be had at the moment in the UK. Well, I paid £1,999 for this, and at least 2 major retailers have got loads available at that price, certainly in these custom colours. Look at that. It's really cool, isn't it? Globally, in the States, I don't see Les Paul prices going up. I think they're lower than they were advertising them 3 or 4 years ago still. They're not going up. And there's also quite a lot of exclusives appearing on the Gibson website at pretty nice prices. Maybe now is the time to buy that Les Paul. Or you could have a go at winning this one. Yes, it's our latest raffle competition prize. Now live, link in the description box, and I'll pin it at the top of comments as well. We're offering this as a prize on our latest raffle competition on raffle.com. Okay, so yeah, £5 a ticket or various bundle deals available, and you could win it. Raffles drawn Sunday the 18th of May at 8 p.m. in the evening. So if you go on there, all the info you need is on the site. Click through the link. It's all there. FAQs, all about it, how it works, why it works, and everything you need to know is all there. Okay, so if you've got any questions, they're all on there. The raffle's drawn at 8 o'clock on Sunday the 18th. You can watch it live, and if you do, it's quite exciting actually, because the raffle ends and then I go, all right, we're checking the tickets, and then it goes, pew, and you get confetti. Pew. I get quite excited. Yeah, confetti, and then the name of the winner comes up, and that could be you. And if you do win, I'll reach out to you directly on email, not on Telegram or anything like that, and you won't be asked for any money whatsoever. It's completely free shipping wherever you live in the world. And because of the uncertainty in the world at the moment, I'm going to pay any tariffs that you might be asked for from customs. Okay, so It won't cost you a penny, apart from obviously the ticket, you know, £5 a ticket. Please don't buy more tickets than you can afford. And enter it into the spirit of it is that it's, the idea of it is to help support this channel, basically. It raises funds to keep the Circle of Guitars going so that I can buy more guitars to review, to share with you, and then probably raffle off in the future. And we also give money to charity. 10% of all of our proceeds will go to charity. On this occasion, it's Cancer Research UK. So you'll be helping a good cause as well. So, yeah, I don't know, might be worth a punt, wouldn't it? £5 a ticket. I'd buy one, but I'm not allowed to enter my own raffle. So, yeah. Good luck if you do. I think that's really all we need to say on that subject. It's now live. Have a punt if you fancy it. And if you do, thank you for helping support this community. And on that note, I think we'll wind it up because I think I've done everything that I need to do this week. It's a long one again. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed playing this week. And I will be sorry to see it go. I really will. But, you know, keep the Circle of Guitars turning and send it off to a new home. Probably someone that will play it a lot more often than me and probably better than me. So, yeah. Yeah, another one. This is probably the last time you're going to see this. And I shall put it aside in its case. Probably. Because I've got other things to play next week, for instance. Oh, next week. Okay. Teaser. Can you guess what it is? Come back next week and find out. So that's it. That's it for this week. Thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks to you for watching. If you enter the raffle, good luck. And thanks to all the subscribers on the TV channel for supporting us. If you haven't checked that out yet, do. You get perks. You have to go there to find out what they are, unfortunately, because I don't widely advertise them. Thanks, of course, to Gear for Music, who are our channel partner. Thanks to them. There's a link to Gear for Music in the website. If you get a chance, please have a look around, see what they got to offer, which is loads of great stuff, okay? And they do price matching and anything. So if you buy something from them, that obviously helps to support this channel as well. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Ta-ra.